I'm asking because I talk to several comedians and they do these morning pages. So they wake up. I don't know if it's just one page, whatever, but they wake up and the first thing they do before they touch their phone, they grab a notebook and they write a page down, just thoughts. Just what after.
Who does this?
A couple of comedians I talk to. This is an exercise. It's called. It's
right.
You don't have to write funny. It's not about writing funny. It's about just writing conscious thoughts as soon as you wake up. And you can, it might be funny or you might get something out of it, but just the exercise of writing and putting your thoughts on paper, it's apparently very helpful. So I don't know. I tried to do it a couple of weeks. I lasted maybe 5 days or something.
So for me, it's like that half awake, half asleep thing. Sometimes that happens to me. Or if I'm going to take a nap and I'm like practicing my jokes in my head, saying the lines, all of a sudden something will come to me. And I'm like, God, I gotta wake up. So I'm like half awake and I write it down. But so many times I've come up with ideas or funny stuff that way, which is weird because it's like a half asleep conscious state you're in. So maybe when you first wake up, maybe you get some, I can imagine maybe you're still in it.
Have you talked about that state before? I mean, and do you know Thomas Edison used to do that?
No.
The great inventor of the light bulb. Yeah, the light bulb.
I mean, he invented a couple of other things like that.
Yeah,
I mean, he did what?
Well, he would sit in his workshop that had a wooden floor and a chair.
Yes, I heard it.
And he would hold a metal ball or something in his hands.
Yes.
And so as he would be dozing off, he would get to a state of almost falling asleep, and the ball would fall out of his hand and wake him up, to where he could immediately write down whatever thoughts he had, the last thoughts that he can remember in that state, because he knew that
those are
right at the edge of sleep and awake was some kind of zone. And I don't know what it's called or anything about it, but it's interesting that you mentioned that, because I've always thought that I get a lot of things at night. I'll wake up and think of things and then write it down or put it on my phone, and it's usually not nearly as funny the next morning. But
that happens,
and that's fine. But it's interesting how much I think it's our subconscious mind just working on.
Because your brain is free of everything. There is no stress. You don't think about paying bills or whatever. Just woken up from a dream or whatever. So your brain is completely open.
Yeah, and I do know that if I don't get up, if it's in the middle of the night, write it down, because I'll tell myself, there's no way I'll forget this tomorrow.
Right.
Next day, dang it, it was funny. What was it?
Yeah,
so I gotta get up and write it down. Gotta get up.
You have to. You have to do it. Yeah, that's it'll go away, and you might never get it back. It's just not.
Yeah, never.
Most likely never get it back. Yeah, right. I have the same. Like I drive my car or whatever, and like sometimes I tell my kids, "Hey, text me this real quick," because I know I will forget it.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But yeah, so I think there must be some kind of, because I know Seinfeld meditates a lot, and he said he started meditating when he was like 22 or whatever.
Right.
He meditates every day before.
I've never tried that. I've heard him talk about it.
My brain is just so all over the place.
Does he receive energy, or does he?
No, it's just
frees his mind.
Just sitting in your thoughts.
There's different ways to meditate.
Yes.
Like I meditate with my students, but I don't call it meditation. There's mindfulness in the school.
Mindfulness,
you take deep breaths, close your eyes, let your thoughts go.
Yeah.
So you can do that. You can there's.
Do you have but is there an exercise you're doing like to separate yourself from thoughts, or?
Sometimes I'll just silently let your thoughts come, or I'll do I have this recording where it'll be like, imagine yourself at the beach and you see the sun and you feel the waves, or that's to get them to be stressed.
I like those when somebody's telling me what to do.
Right, but the silence is hard to focus and be right, and not move and be quiet.
So there are different stuff they say, like if you start a candle or whatever, just focus on one point, just look at it. Like you don't even have to close your eyes.
Yeah, I was gonna say that next. You stare at one point at the wall.
Yeah,
that's hard.